Bank of Nigeria and DSS have debunked that claim, referring to it as mere speculation. But even if it's a speculation, that's why it's a controversy. Why are Nigerians speculating? Or why are those making such speculations making it? And well, I would say they are doing the nation a disservice, because discrediting the governor of Central Bank is discrediting the Central Bank of Nigeria. And it has a very big implication for the economy. Because if we do not have confidence in the Central Bank of Nigeria, then the economy will definitely suffer. But however, the speculation, I want to believe, is as a result of happenings last year, when a group of farmers or herders came together to buy a form of the All Progressive Congress Party, an expression of intent to run for the presidency on the platform of All Progressive Congress. Although the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria at that time turned down the offer, but he didn't distance himself from such interest. And he even went as far as going to court to determine whether he had the rights to contest for that post. I think that brought his integrity to question by some Nigerians, and that is why those who are bent on sending out fake news see him as a good target, not minding the implication on the country, the economy, and the rest of, and even our social life. Because once our economy is affected, it will affect our social life. So I just want to see that DSS and the Central Bank should come clean with this. They should let us know exactly what is happening. So that the issue can be put to rest once and for all. Before more damage is done.
Now, let's see the related story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. On easy calm at CBN as officials grapple with integrity issues.
Anyway, just like I said earlier, there's the issue of integrity. The governor of Central Bank went going to court to find out if he had the rights as a sitting governor of the Central Bank to contest an election while still holding on to office as a governor of Central Bank.
Without, attempting to resign.
If he wanted to contest, he should resign and contest on the platform of any political party. Nobody will raise any eyebrow. But you still in control of the apex bank in the country and wanting to contest an election while still in office. Meanwhile, he happens to be the first in a very long while Nigerian that we have the opportunity of a second chance as governor of Central Bank. Ordinarily, one would have expected him to cherish that more than any other thing. So the integrity question didn't just happen. It's happened by maybe he didn't think about the implication, the consequences of his actions as at that time. Those who bought the form, I'm sure they were mischievous, and then I think he played into their hands as well.
All right. Now let's move to the Daily Sun newspaper. We are ready for runoff. Won't shift elections. INEC.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that, because that's what I've always advocated for, that INEC should continue to encourage Nigerians to boost our confidence, not tell us things that will weaken our confidence in the agency. INEC being prepared for a runoff, because from the look of things, it is not very clear that we are going to have. It may not be a straightforward thing, because the law requires that, apart from having a simple majority, you must also have at least 25% of votes in 2/3 of the country.
Yes, 2/3 states of the country.
2/3 states of the country. So that makes it a little, I don't know. Makes it a little dicey. We may not have a clear-cut winner as far as the 2023 election is concerned, based on recent happenings in the country.
That's why
that is why INEC has to be prepared, and that's why they are telling us that they are prepared.
Yeah. Now let's move to the New Telegraph newspaper. 2023 elections belong to young people. INEC.
I agree with INEC, because if the registered voters in Nigeria, according to the analysis released by INEC, 93.4 million registered voters, out of which 75.89 belong to the age group of 18 to 49 years of age. Shows that majority of the voters are the young people, and then who are concerned about the future of Nigeria. But I only hope and pray that they know the criteria to use in determining who should take control of our future. Because our future is more important than our yesterday. Our yesterday is gone. We are supposed to learn from yesterday. Yesterday should not still shape our future. And then, if we do not want yesterday to shape our future, we must know the things that we must put in place for our future to be the way they are. We should not allow religious or ethnic sentiments. We should not allow fake news. We should not be disinformed by those who are bent on sending out fake and distorted information about some of the political candidates.
Okay, let's now move to the This Day newspaper. ECWA president, church will announce presidential choice soon.
My opinion is that church should distance itself from doing such a thing. Religion is a very sensitive issue in Nigeria. And if we want peace to reign, the church and the mosque and even the other faithfuls, other faith-based organizations should distance themselves from making political statements that will further worsen the security situation of the country. We have seen churches being burnt. We have seen mosques being burnt. We have seen Christians and Muslims at loggerheads. So the church should, and other religious organizations should distance themselves from making political statements. Instead of making political statements, they should build their members to be truly God-fearing. If we have God-fearing people in Nigeria contesting for political posts, it will be easy to identify them and go along with them. But because our religious organizations have failed, they have failed God, they have failed the nation, and that's why they want to make political statements which will not help, which can never be in the interest of Nigeria. It's not going to ensure that peace reigns. Rather, whosoever they choose, it will anger some other groups. So that is why I'm saying they should distance themselves from making such statements. Rather, they should concentrate on building total human beings. People who will operate with the fear of God, people, men and women of honor and integrity, and then they should also support government in ensuring that our educational system delivers the right quality and that education is made affordable to all Nigerians. Now, the religious organizations in Nigeria are very rich, even richer than some businessmen. They should contribute they should add value
Okay.
to the society.
Okay.
They should make education and health accessible for majority of Nigerians, and that is when they'll be doing the will of God, not by telling us who to vote for or who not to vote for.
Okay.
They should leave that to us.
Okay. Okay.
But they should ensure that we have men of honor, men and women of honor and integrity in good number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let's move to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. INEC won't surrender to security threats to conduct mock accreditation.
I'm glad once again. I'm glad that is coming from INEC chairman shortly after he said he was not sure it was likely going to be a cancellation or even postponement. I'm glad he has regained his confidence, and then I'm glad that he's trying to boost our confidence in the forthcoming election, because that is what we need. We need the election to take place. And I'm glad that he's telling us that they will not succumb to threats, because when you succumb to threats, your enemies, you are already giving your enemies an upper hand. If there are issues, those issues should be discussed with people who have the power to act. So that the election, and I'm glad that there's going to be a mock election that will enable INEC to put the integrity of the beavers to test, and that will further boost the confidence of Nigerians in the election and encourage more Nigerians to come out to exercise their civic rights during the election period.
Now, let's move to Daily Asset newspaper now. Atiku woos Christians, promises unity, integration.
Every presidential candidate should woo the support of all religious faithfuls. They should not concentrate their interest. They should not divide. The country should not be divided along ethnic and religious lines. And that was what I was saying about religious organizations not stating who to be voted for or to be voted against. They should leave that to us, to the electorate, but they should concentrate on ensuring that their members are men and women of honor and integrity. Women and men with the fear of God, men and women who are compassionate, men and women who are patriotic, men and women who care about Nigeria, who are concerned about Nigeria and Nigerians, irrespective of religion, irrespective of ethnicity, irrespective of age, and that are knowledgeable. And that's why I'm saying that they should support the government in the area of education. They should also make health accessible and affordable. They can't do that. The missionaries, when they came with to introduce religion and invested in the area of education and health, and that was what they used in winning the hearts of our forefathers. The present day religious leaders should continue in that state. They should not start playing politics. They should leave politics to politicians, but they should do the needful. If we are educated, education is to liberate the mind. If we are liberated, if our minds are liberated, we will know who and who to vote for. And then if we are skilled and we're not hungry, we will not sell our rights. We will not sell our votes. It is hunger that is making those who sell their votes to sell their votes. And it is also because they do not know the grievous implication of selling their votes, because tomorrow is more important than today. I'm a Christian. My Bible tells me that we were not created to eat. Man shall not live by bread alone. And that there are days that you even see food and you not eat. Not because you are not hungry, but because you can't even eat. The food is there, but you can't eat it. So we should care. The religious organizations should care more about the poor in the society. They should see to their well-being. They should see to how they can help them come out of the pits.
All right. Now, let's move to the Nation newspaper now. Atiku plans sale of nation's assets to allies, says Tinubu.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that is coming from the presidential candidate of APC, based on the stories that have been told about what happened to all our national assets. Nigeria Airways was sold. Osbc rolling mills was sold. The machine tool was sold. Nitel. I'm sure a lot of things that a lot of assets that were generating revenue and that created employment for Nigerians was sold to private individuals. What was done with the money, with the revenue? We can't even see the impact of the proceeds of those sales in the lives of many Nigerians, and I believe that is why the presidential candidate of the All Progressive
Congress.
Is it People's Congress? Progressive Congress is making such a statement. But I believe that we should strengthen our institutions. If we have strong institutions, it is only then that Nigeria will really thrive and survive. Powerful Nigerians who are more powerful than the nation, then we will remain in trouble. And that is why the culture of impunity has come to stay, because we have very powerful individuals that cannot be questioned, that cannot be investigated. Otherwise, all these issues that are coming up now shouldn't be coming up now. These are issues that ought to have been investigated and put to rest a long time ago.
All right. Okay, now let's have our last story before we round it up. Durbar Hotel bombing. Mystery around Bagauda Catho's death